hello, Gem babies, my beautiful beloveds. I hope that you're doing amazing. Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Twin Flame Love. So that is a beautiful. If you're wondering why I'm so excited, I just had lunch and I had like my favorite lunch. It was like toasted cheese, lots and lots of cheese, beautifully melted, you know, with a nice cup of coffee. Oh, it was so lovely. Anyway, back to the point. Sorry. I do apologize. Sorry about that, Geminis. All of you all that's watching, welcome to my channel. Adrian here, psychic medium, regression hypnosis practitioner. And this is a general reading for Twin Flame. So as we were saying, Twin Flame is that amazing energy, sorry, that it's like the divine counterpart of yours, that other person that when you make that connection with them, it is just beautiful, it's just amazing, it's just incredible, it's just fantastic, you know. You can just sort of be you don't have to compromise who you are. And in essence, that's what we all are looking for in this life. The thing is, we're not all always ready for it. And this is really what this reading is about, to help you to get into that flow and to get into that vibe where you can actually experience that beautiful love, experience that beautiful connection. So we're going to see what's going on in your energy, what guidance we've got for you from the universe. Please remember this is a general reading, Gem babies, so take it as it resonates. So if you're a cross watcher, hi, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, I hope that you'll subscribe. I hope that you'll hit that notification bell so you know when those readings are coming out. I've got weekly readings. When I have time in between, I like to do that, 1 minute quick readings as well, just to sort of see where you're going with energy at the moment. And of course, if you're coming back, then welcome back. Some of you are making incredible donations to me. You're writing the most beautiful comments. You like my videos, which help my channel to grow. I appreciate all of that. All right, let's get started. Let's get started, beautiful Gem babies. Anything else that you're interested in? Down below in the description. Okay, now we're gonna look. We're first just gonna draw you an oracle card, Gemini, just to see what guidance we have for you from there and what I can intuitively pick up for you from that. And then we're going to do your tarot, and we're going to end off with a Keepers of the Light oracle card as well. Full, nice, jam-packed reading because, we are speaking about love, and love is important. Let's just put it over there. And you got Smoke and Mirrors. For some of you, Gemini, there might be more drama going on in your life than what is necessary, especially pertaining to love. Also, I feel that for some of you, there might be a space here where I wouldn't necessarily say that you don't want to be with someone else or you don't want to make a new connection, but it's almost like I don't want to call it that, but that's what's coming up, so that's what I'm going to give you. But it's almost like there's some rubble that you need to deal with here, There's some unfinished business here for some of you. Maybe with your ex, maybe, I don't know, you're still sharing the same home or the same car, or maybe there's kids involved. You haven't got that clarity about how things are going to be. I also feel that for some of you, there's a consideration to actually go back to an ex here. Okay, now this might not be for all of you, this could just be for some of you, Gemini, but there's a sense here of going back to an ex because it makes logical sense. It makes perfect logical sense. We're gonna let me draw a card for this. I'm gonna use the deck that I've already used before. Okay, let's just, before we even draw your tarot, I'm just going to clarify this because there's something over here, Gemini, and it's something very powerful over here for some of you. So you've got the Lovers, which is your energy. The Lovers also used to be called Choice. Then you've got the Four of Cups and you've got the Seven of Swords. So this might be a separation that's taking place here for you. A physical separation, a mental separation, an emotional separation. Some of you, Gemini, because the Six of Wands is the Lover's card. With you coming straight away into your own energy here as well. There is a big reminder here. First of all, remember who you are. Okay, and I don't know why this keeps on coming up, but it's for some of you, you might be in a high level commitment at the moment. Some of you might be married, or maybe there's a, there's a marriage that has been. This also wants to come out. This is amazing. 7 of Wands. Be careful of the fights that you take on and the reason behind them. It's almost like for some of you, when you might have made an initial connection with someone, you might have, thought that this is it, this is wonderful, this is beautiful, this is how it's going to be, this is the start of something amazing. But I do feel that it's almost like you sacrificed a part of you, or gave up a part of you, or let a part of you go. All right, there is that sense over there, and there's a sense of second chances over here, Gemini. Maybe trying again, giving it another shot. It's almost like somebody from the past want to come back, and this might be somebody that knows you really well because they've got all the right words and they push all the right buttons, and it might seem like they have changed. And I will never tell you what to do, Gemini. But there with that 7 of Swords, followed by that 7 of Wands, this might be some unfinished business within yourself. This could even be childhood patterning. But the question here is, do you really want to go back to someone that hurt you before, that didn't respect you, that didn't see your value and your worth? I feel that for some of you, it's almost like you were at a very low point in your life when you might have had the experience, sort of like, almost like someone else, and the specific person, it's almost like they dropped you, like they dumped you, sort of thing. But this is more than just a breakup. This is more feeling emotionally wrecked, and I feel that for many of you, it's like when you least expected it, someone that you least expected to do it actually dropped you. And I feel that for some of you, you haven't fully dealt with that pain yet. But the guidance here for you, Gemini, is to not go back to someone that hurt you. I wouldn't necessarily, for some of you, this could be true that they could have, not all that honorable sort of intentions. But, what sometimes happens is, let's say we separate from someone, maybe life's a little bit more challenging, maybe you feel sort of lonely, and we go into spaces where you're like, oh, if I was with this person, this wouldn't have happened and that wouldn't have happened. And then sometimes we kind of logically reason ourselves back into going to where it is that we came from. I feel that now, as I'm saying, it's not necessarily that you're dealing with a bad person over here. It's not necessarily that you're even dealing with someone that's lying to you or anything like that. This is more a space of maybe there's a situation that wasn't that nice, that didn't end that nice, sort of like hanging there, kind of like still. Sorry. And it might seem like the nice thing, the honorable, the safe thing to go back to the situation. But I would really think about that long and hard before I do that again if I were you. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. It does feel like there's something else that you need to know. They're saying don't give up control in this situation. Also, I'm drawing your cards, and your cards keep on coming up in reverse, and the deck is not in reverse. So interesting stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it's not in reverse. It's in the upright position. I obviously clear all the cards before I start doing a reading. Okay. Let's draw the rest of your cards. In reverse, in reverse, in reverse, in reverse. That's amazing. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 6 of Cups in the upright position. Like it's in the upright position. It's interesting. It never ceases to blow my mind when cards do this. Like, I've been doing tarot for 20 years now, and you always see something that still sort of blows your mind. So I'm just going to show you the cards quickly, and then I'm going to do the interpretation for you, Gemini. Let you know what comes up with my spiritual team smile that I channel. So you've got the 6 of Cups for your overall energy, so that is good. Don't worry about all these reverse cards, because you literally have 9 cards and they're all in reverse. But again, it goes with this. I feel that for some of you, it's like you want to go a certain direction. Almost like when you, okay, this is not going to reflect now, but when you sometimes have like a globe and you see something in sort of like a reflection, but it's turned around. So it's not necessarily bad. It's more in the lines of, the universe saying to you that, you know what, Gemini, you might want to edge in a different direction here. Okay. Now, let's see about this. So you've got the Judgment card. This is the recent past. You've got the Judgment card in reverse, you've got the Four of Swords in reverse, and you've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is in the recent past. Some of you are feeling unfulfilled within a connection. You didn't feel like you... it's interesting. It's almost like you had freedom to be you and to sort of be you, but this is almost like... sorry. When you think of a beautiful budgie in a cage, this budgie might have a huge, humongous cage with all the little bells and the whistles and all the pretty stuff. Every now and then you take them outside and maybe even have a bigger, maybe even have a bigger sort of cage outside. There's water fountains, everything is beautiful. You get some extra budgies to play with them. So this is a sense of really having a lot of freedom, but not really being free. One way or the other, you suppress yourself here, Gemini. And I feel that for some of you, it seems like that energy comes from a previous connection. That's what I feel very strongly. But some of that previous connection is still in your current space as well. Okay? And there's that sense of, it's I'm trying to find the right way to get this for you. But let's say, for example, you're following a certain kind of tradition, for example, or religion, or a way of being. You can sort of like go out there and express yourself, but there was still sort of like a sense of unfulfillment here. You could have been dealing here also, Gemini, with someone that was quite strategic at actually manipulating you. That they might not necessarily say things, or to rather say that you might be dealing here with someone that they were not necessarily outright offensive in that sense, but there was still a vibe over there. It's like, it's in the way that they act, the way that they maybe look at you, the way that they speak, like just a little word here and there, either not saying thank you, but I also feel that you're dealing here with someone who's got very good manners, so they sort of like, very prim and proper. So in actual fact, they might do and say all the right things. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very nice, etc., etc., etc. But it's almost like there's a sense of this is your duty as well. It's very, very weird energy over there. You also might be dealing with someone that have, a lot of unfulfilled or undealt with sort of patterns in their own past, because that's normally when we do things like this. So you might be dealing here with someone, Gemini, that that ex-person of yours, but this ex-energy is very much in your energy still, you might be dealing here with someone that you might have believed was your twin flame at a time, but it's almost like you weren't as strongly you as you might have thought you were in that connection, and it's like little bit by little bit your heart started to close, and you may have tried your best with this person, you may have tried your best with this connection, but little bit by little bit your heart started to close. And this is very interesting, because now let's look at your current space, and I'm going to bring it all for you together because I can see where this is going. And this is one of those very almost like trippy sort of spaces. But so in your current space, still continuing with cards in reverse from a deck where everything was upright, 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and the Sun. Okay, now I'm also going to show you what's potentially heading towards you. King of Wands, Temperance, and the 6 of Swords in reverse. Now, of course, this is a general reading, and if you want to have more of a focus on your own specific energy, you can always book a personal reading with me. My email address is in the description. But this is a space, Gemini, where I can see, for those of you that this resonates with, this is you actually trying your best. This is you having good intentions, doing your best, maybe wanting to make a family work, because, the 10 of Cups is very much about family and family life and home life and, that essence of being, that sense of being, that sense of place. And where you are at the moment, with the 10 of Cups in reverse, Gemini, again, you might be doing all the right things like the other person was doing the right things. It almost seems like, in a way, you almost doing what they did before. Be very careful in a space like this, Gemini, because what sometimes happens is when somebody really, really hurts us, we, with humans being humans, we sometimes want them to feel how we felt and how they made us feel, and that sort of stuff. But be careful, because there might be some innocent victims here along the way. I don't mean to bring your vibe down, but this is what's coming up, and this is what I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to tell you, oh, Gemini, everything's going to be wonderful, if that's not what I'm saying. But it is good stuff. So don't despair just yet. There's something very good happening over here. And this is one of those spaces where there's sort of like a blessing taking place at the moment, but it doesn't feel like one. It's that very trippy sort of space that we get sometimes. So, Two of Swords. To those of you that this resonates with, that this is not the best solution. That you can make this work, but it's more a question of, do you want to make it work? Because I feel that for many of you, there's a sense of wanting to do the right thing, almost like from a sense of duty. And again, it comes from a beautiful heart. But here's the thing though, when you throw yourself under the bus, then, when you sort of turn yourself into collateral damage, then you don't really have that much to give to others. So, just be careful not to turn yourself into collateral damage here, Gemini, because the sun is in reverse. This is complete unhappiness. This is unfulfilled. This is almost like waking up in the morning, looking in the mirror and saying, what is the point? Why am I even living this day? And I feel that for many of you, you are hiding it incredibly well. Like, people won't even suspect this. Like, you won't be able to hide it from me. But in general, 99% of the population, of the community, of life, of humans, they won't see this. They will see like, no, you're happy, you're good, you're doing fantastic, you're really, really great. They'll be like, oh, I'm so glad that you reconsider that person, reconsider that connection, because I can see that you all are happy. But what a lot of people don't realize is that you are putting on a show for some of you, because the alternative seems almost impossible for some of you, okay? Now, all of this that you're having over here, and I'm being very serious about this, the sense of unfulfillment, okay? Not necessarily straight out unhappiness, but a sense of unfulfillment. And this is this pattern, respectfully, but this is a pattern that leads in the long run to depression, that can lead to sort of like substance, kind of like dependency, because there's an emptiness here, there's an incredible emptiness. And that Gemini shine that you have, the Gemini shine that you are, it's not present. And and this is also this is a space in which you can easily, as I said, go to things that are not serving you best, because you're not really you in the space. Continuing forward on this connection now, first and foremost, I wouldn't really recommend continuing with this past connection, but if you do, there's a sense of losing yourself in this completely. Okay, I don't know who are you that need to hear this, but if you continue with what you are doing right now, the right thing, the logical thing, the honorable thing, the buy the book thing, it looks right on paper. And sometimes, we justify things, we're doing it for the kids or for the family or for the business, but what are you doing for yourself? Okay? Because remember, you can only give that which you have. And you can see over a period of time, Gemini, when we give from a space that's not even us, there's this phantom version of you, because you become unhappy. Remember, we can only give that which we have. So there could be a building unhappiness here for you. And this isn't nice. It really, really isn't nice, It's a space of no control going forward. Things are getting worse. And this might be you, this might be the other person. I feel that for most of you, you take turns, but it's mostly probably the other person. And every now and then you get your little bit in when you can. But Gemini, I'm just going to be straight out with you. Straight up, no lies. This is a space of gaslighting. This is a space of gaslighting. But it's also, I feel that you're dealing with someone that they sort of know what they're doing, but they're sort of in denial about what they're doing. It's very difficult to reason with this person in a way for them to see reason, because it's like they know you well, and maybe at some point they saved you. They know which buttons to push with you. Okay, but I feel there's a sense of letting all this go, or overall energy there that's recommended for you to do inner healing here for you, Gemini, because it might be some hurt patterns within yourself that is causing this to happen at the moment, because this is energy latching onto energy. Now let's look at this. We're going to look at the Six of Cups, last, the overall energy. We're going to look at the recent past first. I want to look at the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Empress, the Hermit, and the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you may have stepped away. Now this reading is getting more and more interesting as I go along. Some of you may have stepped away at a point, you know, embrace your power, all those wonderful things. But then in the same token, you could be dealing with a Virgo here, maybe a Taurus. But in the same token, there is a space here of... So it seems like you did the right thing, but it was a little premature. And there's some very valuable lessons that you needed to learn from that experience. So some of you have stepped away and then stepped back. Okay? Let's look at this Ten of Cups in reverse here in your current space. There is a space of complete unfulfillment. Seven of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Page of Wands. You know that your heart needs more than you know that your heart needs more than this. You know, it's almost like you know, as humans we can sometimes lie to ourselves. You know, we can sort of deceive ourselves, but this is a space where you're not really able to do this anymore, because it's almost like the person that you're dealing with, it's like their fangs are starting to show. You know, it's not very pretty, and I'm sorry to say this, Gemini, but I also pick it up for some of you. There might be abuse here, physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, even sexual abuse. You know, it's almost like this is almost a space of... As I said, this is unresolved patterns from both sides. And if one of you change, and obviously that changes, and I see you being the person changing, this can almost be a space even where there is disrespect towards the physical when it comes to intimacy, you know? Not nice, not nice, not nice, not nice. Let's look at the Sun energy in reverse, because I can see that you're trying to make things work. Four of Wands, Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. You want to be in a high-level commitment. You want to be in a high-level connection. Many of you want to be either married or married to someone else. You know, in a connection or in a connection with someone else, that sort of thing. Doesn't have to be marriage. It's more like a connection inside of the heart. And from seeing what it is that you want to have, it's almost like the cracks are beginning to show. You are seeing what it is that you don't have, and it's like you're opening yourself more and more to the desires of your heart based on this knowing, beginning to really get what it is. I feel that you always actually knew what you wanted to have. I don't know, there's a funky vibe here. There's a real funky vibe here. Okay, let's look at this King of Wands in reverse for the energy coming your way. I love this. I love this. For the first time in this reading, I'm beginning to smile. So the King of Wands in reverse is clarified by the Devil, Scorpio vibes. You're taking your power back. You're taking your energy back. You're taking your true identity back. Okay, for some of you this could have been a pattern for a while. Even if you're not with this person, I feel that for some of you there might even be a space of every time your phone rings, you know, you go and have a look, or you got an email or whatever. And I have to be very honest with you, Gemini. For those of you that are not with someone where there was a breakup and you're hoping that things will still work out with that person, they might not even be thinking about you. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. They might not be thinking about you. Let's this is a space, it's time to move on. It's really time to move on. Let's see this Temperance in reverse and what's coming towards you. Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Now, you can move on now, or you can move on later. My recommendation, if you do ask me, as I said, I'm not the kind of person that's going to lead you and tell you what to do, but my recommendation would be sooner as opposed to later. Okay, let's look at the Six of Cups that we have. That is your overall energy. Because what I do like though is that even though a lot of you might be feeling a lot of sort of like a sense of oppression, and maybe it's almost like the choices that you have, that the free will that you have, it's like being inside of a room with the walls, you know, those movies that you get, and then at some point you get trapped or whatever. It's like the walls are caving in on you. Okay, and it's like a you know, like when we have almost that asthmatic sort of feel. And I see that you are breaking free here. What I do see, oh yes, what I do see here, Gemini, this is a space where you are actually, and this is what I would recommend that you focus on, fixing your own patterns, your own hurt, your own fear, your own senses of whatever isn't dealt with within you. Because as you deal with that, oh, yes, yes, yes. That is how things begin to change for you. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. So if you're really looking for that beautiful, profound connection of love, this is a long road leading to the light, you know. And it does take some bravery. And even as I say, sometimes, you know, it's difficult to be brave. So this is a space where one almost needs to have the courage to be brave. But there's a divine intervention. The moment you can have because I feel that some of you are, it's not like you don't want to leave. It's almost like, it almost feels like there's a lack of options for you. Okay? When you can, within your mind, start to have the willingness to heal the patterns inside of you that are not working out well, it's like your cup of love is being given to you right there, because you already, you immediately accept your value, your worth, your being, and Wheel of Fortune. So there is somebody here for you, Gemini. It's almost like, let's imagine that this is your life. Okay, and so this is the connection that you have, and this is everything that we had all those talks about. So there's somebody right over here that is very available, that can come into your experience of life, and they are everything. But in order for you to be a vibrational match for that person, it means that it's necessary to do the inner healing. It's necessary to do the inner child healing. It's necessary to do that shadow work and that introspection. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to continue in the cycle again and again and again. And I think it's almost like this return to the other person is fueled by the unresolved cycle that is within you. All right. I know I sound very lectury at the moment, but you know, you came here for the truth. You know, you didn't come here to be lied to. So I'm going to give it to you all. Gemini. Let's see what we've got for you by the Keepers of the Light. And if that resonates with you, you know, I'd really appreciate you liking the video. It helps my channel to grow. Some of you all are making incredible, beautiful donations to me. I really appreciate that. But also remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when your readings are coming out. Look at what you've got. Joan of Arc. Power. You know, Voice of Truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. This is letting you know, Gemini, that you can speak your truth. But remember, we can only really speak our truth when we can accept our truth within us for ourselves. And for some of you, you might not be 100% certain what it is at the moment, but also there with smoke and mirrors right in the beginning. It's sort of like the shutters are lifting, like the blinders are opening, like the sun is coming out and the light is beginning to shine through, which is beautiful. And you are encouraged at this point in time, Gemini, to believe in yourself, to have faith in yourself, to have courage in yourself, to have confidence in yourself. Know that you can do this, and always do your best to love yourself in the best way that you possibly can. All right? It's so funny. Let me just share this with you very quickly before I end our reading. So, So last night, I was speaking to my spiritual team, and that's like the collective, and they call themselves Smile. So, I was sort of like challenged with 2 nights ago. I was challenged with something, and I was asking Smile, so what is it that I can do? And their response kind of knocked me out of the water. They were like, how about believing in yourself, having some faith in yourself, have some confidence in yourself? And that is what I'd like to share with you as well. Know that you are a divine, beautiful being. Know that you are light. And you know what, Gemini, it's very easy sometimes to lose our way. Especially for you, because people so easily misunderstand you sometimes. People sometimes think they can just say and do to you whatever, and because you smile, it's okay, but the time to smile and turn the other cheek is sort of past. Okay, so I hope that helps. I wish you all love and light. I wish you all so much strength. I wish you all so much beauty, prosperity, love and light. Know that you're a divine beauty of a being of love, that your very essence, your very being is love expressed. You are potential express of the highest good, of the highest love of the universe. I'll see you next time.